Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show Normal World, the first one of 2025. Also joining me today,
I'm waiting for
Quarterback
Garrett. That's me. That's
you.
me. And also, Angela.
What's up?
What's
Hey,
up?
I'm so happy to be here
Happy
in
New Year.
2025. It's going to be a good year, I can tell.
Yeah.
yes,
Good energies.
Lots of good things have already happened this year.
Yeah.
tons.
Yeah, so many.
So many
Cybertruck
things.
explosions, 11 missiles getting into the country.
Just easy, nice things going into the new year.
Yes.
Thank you guys for liking and subscribing on the channel, and welcome back. We missed you. Hope you had a good New Year's and holiday season.
Yes. But joining us today, we want to get right into it.
Yeah.
From the TDC podcast, please welcome to the show, Mike Wolters.
Hey, it's good to be back, guys.
How have you been?
Good.
How's the show?
Good. Fun. I haven't been there for a couple weeks. I was gone for the holiday season, all 4 holidays. Well, no, I was there for Thanksgiving. I was gone for Christmas, New Year's, and January 6th.
Of course.
Well, of course.
So this is the first thing I've done. No one's seen me for a month.
Yeah, so very good.
Yeah, very good.
Come out of the cave, you had to shave and all that.
Yeah, I had to shave and
Do an insurrection.
do an insurrection.
Dress like a yak.
Yeah.
That's great.
We build a gingerbread White House.
Oh,
Yes. And
excellent.
then at the very moment that it happened on January 6th, we destroy it.
Caramel
You
news.
need all the little gummy bears inside.
Do you have the helmet guy, the buffalo helmet guy?
Yeah,
of course.
One of us has to be the.
He's like Santa Claus for the insurrectionists.
You went to the San Francisco game where the
did.
Lions won, right?
I did.
Oh, how was that?
It was awesome. I went there and full disclosure, I'm a big 49ers fan too, but I'm a diehard Lions fan. I know it's weird. It's never mattered because the Lions have sucked my whole life. And so I went to that game. I went with my sister. She wore her 49ers jacket. I wore this sweatshirt.
Whore.
Yes.
man.
And so people were shitting on me in the crowd and but I went full Lions gear. It was awesome. This has been the most amazing year to be a Lions fan. So yeah, it was great being in that stadium and Jared Goff chants breaking out in the bathrooms and the concourse. It was great.
Dude, that's beautiful.
Yeah, it was wild.
And joining us today, who I'm very, very happy to have on the show, from the Drew Lane show, and also the Drew and Mike show that used to be on in Detroit, which was one of the biggest radio shows of all time. Please welcome to the show, Drew Lane.
There he is.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Yeah, great to be here.
Good to see you, man.
No, I'm so psyched. We were off for a couple weeks and then just got back for 2 shows. And then you guys had asked me to come down to Dallas. And I was really psyched. Even though I'm away from our show for a couple days, it's fine. This is what a place to work. Wow.
It's not bad, right?
No, not bad at all. This is how it should be done.
Yes, it's nice. There should be an All in the Family set next to every show.
Every podcast studio has its own.
Yeah, the Charlie Chaplin hat.
Yes,
It's our
there's
green
that.
room, actually. Yeah.
We don't have that.
Makeup room.
Yeah, grass is greener, you know.
There's a Titanic boat when you walk in, which is foreshadowing.
I did not know really serious movie stuff was done in Dallas. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paramount. Who knew?
Yeah, they tried for a little bit. Didn't work.
Well, I mean, they did it. It worked well for a while. Talk radio.
Yeah.
JFK. The real
Radio
thing
was here?
Talk radio was here. Yeah.
Wow.
JF
Wasn't RoboCop or something?
RoboCop was in this building.
But the real thing, Barney. Barney was shot in this studio.
Really?
Yes.
Yep.
We have the tree.
And Walker,
Barney.
Texas Ranger.
That's right.
So the very famous Haley Joel Osment, Walker told me I have AIDS. It's right in this very building
That's the energy you feel.
when you walk in,
It is.
which is pretty exciting.
It's very exciting.
You can feel it. It's palpable.
How are you loving the Lions?
It's unbelievable. 15 wins. I thought they would be great this year, but you just, as a Lions fan for a long, long time, you don't know whether to believe it or not, but they're everything I thought they would be. Their offense is one of the best offenses in the history of pro football. Number 4 all-time in points scored. Been a little bit beat up on defense, but I don't know. I feel like they can get to the Super Bowl.
I do too. And I've never said that out loud without crossing
Nor have
my
I.
fingers and or believing it.
Yeah.
And now this is the first year where I believe it.
Well, from Detroit, Drew especially is the lead host on that show. #1 show in Detroit for 22 straight years. That team sucked all 22 years.
Yeah, they were bad.
Literally, they were just, followed them, covered them, and they were garbage.
I have a question. Have they ever been good? Because the Dallas Cowboys, they suck.
Yeah.
They've sucked my whole life. But they used to be legendarily good. Were the Lions ever good?
91.
Yeah, they were in the conference finals. They hadn't won a playoff game
recent?
in 30 years until last year.
Yeah.
And in the 50s, they won championships.
When you wore rubber helmets.
When Detroit was
Everybody's
booming.
got CTE.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, when Detroit was still a city thriving. With
Yeah, right.
This'll never end.
Before it was called the
This'll be
Super
great.
Bowl, they just called them NFL championships.
Yeah, have you seen the pictures from it? They are seriously wearing like the Snoopy flying his doghouse hats.
Yeah, I think Detroit's population was 2 million.
Yes,
when
at
they
the
last won. It's about 600,000 now.
Yes, yeah,
It's been a while.
yeah. In a city built for 7 million.
Is it?
So, yeah, because
you
they
pack-
built it out to expand.
If you count the packs of dogs, though, it kind of balances.
True.
Well, then yes, there's 8 million people living in the city. If we're gonna count the dogs.
Say there's more than 600,000 abandoned cars in Detroit.
Oh, by far.
People.
Oh, yeah. There's way more abandoned houses.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something.
Yeah.
Not to trash our city. I love Detroit.
I'd like to visit. I really would. Like, you talk about it a lot, and
I love
it sounds scary, but it also sounds like a beautiful place.
You needed
a
to
lot
visit.
of history.
You needed to be there 10 years ago to really understand how bad Detroit was. Like now, it's like you're proud of that city. You see it on TV, you're like, wow, I don't recognize that place.
Yeah, didn't you see the NFL draft?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like a real city. It's amazing now, you know? But it was rough for a while. You didn't want to hang out down there.
If you drive around down here, though, and you get to certain areas, it's terrible.
Around
Yeah.
here?
Yes, in Dallas, I'm telling you. Like, there's parts where I didn't
There's a
realize.
bridge.
Yeah.
Drive over that bridge, it gets a little sketchy.
Yeah.
It's all whores.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we went to film there that one time we've talked
Yes.
about, and it's just prostitutes everywhere.
Yeah.
But at least they're like centralized, you know?
Yeah, but they're not even
Well, it's
like
like-
inside. Like it's like
You expect they got to be
out and proud.
outside to go
Yeah,
inside.
how are they supposed to sell their wares if they're
but-
inside?
Hey, aren't you being a little
exist.
snobby about whores?
That's true. I'm not.
Go on the internet now.
They're
whores.
down on their
That's what
luck.
I'm saying. They
On the internet, they're taking whores' jobs, really.
well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. You can use the internet. Why are you out on the street hooking?
That's a good point. You could probably make more money doing that.
Why are you going on the internet?
Doing impulse buys.
It's true. You make a good point. And the guy who's beating you, circling in his '70s Cadillac,
That is probably
also known as incentive.
real.
Like you filmed, I think it was your election special day, which I thought was hilarious.
Thank you.
I don't know where you were, Jefferson, Lafayette, private
Yeah.
Detroit.
Yeah. Then we went to American Coney with
Yeah.
Duff.
10 years ago, that would have been a much sketchier shoot.
Oh yeah, 20 years ago, I would have just been robbed.
You wouldn't have had a microphone.
We wouldn't even have had a film to bring back.
No camera.
You felt way too comfortable in that video.
Dude, I guarantee you the mayor wouldn't have been walking around, right by me.
That was wild. I love that guy that came up at the end too. He was like, "I just want some chicken. Just give me some chicken and some gravy." That was great.
He's like, he goes, I just want some chicken and
I
biscuits.
just want some chicken and biscuits. I'm like, hey, I would like some chicken and biscuits.
We all want chicken and biscuits.
That's the real thing we could all get around: chicken and biscuits.
He was right.
Yeah.
And then the one guy's name was just like, I'm Electron Brown or whatever. I'm like, I love that
Bro.
you exist.
I love doing those videos. They're so fun.
Dave, I heard your rundown of the Kwame Kilpatrick Strawberry, the prostitute.
Yes.
And that was, honestly, I mean, I remember it all, but just hearing it in such detail, it's still pretty mind-boggling that went down and that he's out.
He said he got pardoned.
Yeah.
It's crazy because he was never actually convicted of that murder, but everybody in Detroit knows that he used the police as hitmen to kill her. And then let's be honest, allegedly.
I'm
Sure.
unfamiliar with this. What is this?
Okay, so
about it.
Our mayor.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
it's
yes.
the mayor.
Okay.
And
I
his
know what you're
wife,
talking about.
the mayor's wife, too, is involved.
she came home, found Kwame with the stripper.
Strawberry.
Yeah, Strawberry. Tamara Green.
When you said Kwame Strawberry, I was like, I don't.
Like, that sounds like a delicious
Try one of
like a
those.
fruit basket.
I thought the story went that she hit the strawberry with a table leg.
Something like that.
Like she just ripped it off. Boom! And I don't know. It all sounds like it might be a little blown out of proportion, but then again, the woman is dead.
She is dead, and they went to kill her drug dealer boyfriend. So a car that looks like an unmarked cop car pulls up next to her and goes to shoot the boyfriend, but hits her like 14 times.
In the passenger seat.
Yeah, and him in the shoulder.
Remember,
He's a
Drew,
sight in his gun. That's all
Should
it
be
was.
laughing. My God.
remember they destroyed that Escalade, that famous Escalade?
Oh, Navigator.
Navigator,
yeah.
You know why? Because they were worried the Drew Mike Show was going to buy it.
Oh, that's right.
That's what they were worried about. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. You guys
Put it in
were
front of
gonna
your
put-
studio or something? Like,
I don't know what that was their concern. I don't remember how that goes. It's been so many years now, but that was the concern. Was like these guys at Riff Radio.
Yeah, those assholes will do something funny with it.
Yeah,
And make a point.
Well, he bought an Escalade with petty cash. Like
that's right.
5 minutes after he got into office.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not like everybody didn't notice. They're like, that's not the mayor's car.
Denied it was his or his wife's for months and months until they absolutely proved it, and it was like, so what? It was just a petty cash.
Yeah, it's no big deal. It's not coming from some sort of water scandal.
And now he's a preacher,
He is, yeah.
and he was raising money in blocks of $8,000 to get him a home, a new home. If you got $8,000, we want to do this in $8,000 blocks, which I thought, well, that's a lot to ask for. But he was getting it until, of course, it went public, and then all of a sudden the account was drained.
Yep.
And no house. But he does have a house in Novi, actually.
Does he?
Yeah, he's living large.
Oh, yeah, I bet. Well, because even when he was being convicted, they were like, you're spending money on or being arraigned. After he got arrested, he was going on these vacations still on money.
Yeah, from the Kilpatrick Fund, the Civic Fund. No, I can't believe he got pardoned. I really.
who pardoned him?
Trump.
I think Trump looked at the Democrats and went, that one.
That's our guy. What was he known as? What was his nickname? He was like the
Hip hop mayor.
Hip hop mayor.
Chris Rock nicknamed him.
Yeah, that's right.
Because he wore diamond earrings.
Yep.
Is that him right there?
Huh?
Is that him? Is that a picture?
No, that's Coleman Young.
Okay.
Coleman Young was the mayor before him, who was actually far more corrupt.
Way more. And racist.
Oh my goodness.
Totally racist.
So this guy is an improvement.
This is-
is
yeah.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah. White boy Rick was in jail for 30 years because he dated the Coleman Young's
Oh,
niece.
that guy. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, no. Why? Kwame was the hip hop mayor because he looked like Suge Knight.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he also threw the electronic music festival in Detroit and was the first one to kind of bring like that all together.
Yep.
And then he started charging for it, and that was just like the most drugged out spectacle you could ever. It was just a rave right in the middle of Hart Plaza in downtown Detroit.
Yeah.
This should be a TV show, like an HBO, like Wire level TV show, like the history of Detroit, because it just sounds like the wild, like season
Corruption.
1, season 2. It's
yeah.
like the 70s, the 80s, like just
Could be the next Succession.
it could.
True.
You could.
Yeah. Big Doc, yeah. I'll help you with it, Dave.
I'll do it. You want to do it?
Sure. Do you remember when Coleman Young on fireworks is when, 750,000 people go downtown to watch fireworks on the 4th of July, or actually it's between Canada's Independence Day and the United States. So it's like June 28th or something like that. And this white woman from Farmington got beat up, and it was the alleged assaulter was Cassandra Rutherford, I think. But then they said, no, it was actually, that was her twin sister, Cassandra Rutherford. And it became this big thing about and Coleman Young, I think, declared that the woman from Farmington Hills started it.
Yes.
I mean, it was like, oh my God. What? I mean, twin sisters, and anytime, they would come down on the one and be like, oh no, that was Cassandra. Cassandra. I mean, you couldn't make this stuff up.
That's an episode.
There you go.
It is.
Sure.
Well, and then all the other fireworks, they ended in shootings for a while. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
It was
a problem.
always happened. It was
But you never read about them.
no, but you knew it happened. 'Cause they were like, once
hear?
these fireworks are going off, that's when I'm going to shoot my gun so no one notices. Like, well, the people around you will,
Yeah.
especially the person who gets hit.
And then all the other guns come out. Hard to cover up.
But it's a new year and a new time, guys.
It's true.
And I
Yeah, but
think,
we have a skating rink downtown now.
do you have any resolutions? Yeah, we do have a skating rink downtown.
Skate more.
Yeah. Yeah. Skate more? Yeah, I could do that. Walk my dog more.
It's in Brightmoor.
I have none.
Yeah.
You have none?
No,
None?
no.
You?
I should.
I'm not really a New Year's resolution guy. I would just fail anyways.
That's how I view it.
Yeah, it's a lost cause, but you guys?
I'm trying to trick it. I started my New Year's resolution early.
Okay.
Like 4 months ago.
Does that work?
No.
Okay.
What is it?
Just eat better.
Oh,
You could just tell
Just
on
be
the,
better.
on the camera.
Yeah.
Doesn't work.
Get that.
But yeah.
I started early on mine too. I don't have a vape in my hand anymore.
Let's go.
Did you notice?
I did.
For you.
Yeah.
Nice.
10 days in. So
I like how you held it up like it was always in your hand.
it always is.
Could be here.
Just on the show.
Dave, what about you? You got anything going on? What are you doing?
Yep, I'm not going to drink soda for a while. And that was one of them.
Dang it.
No, and then, no, honestly, it's
my fault.
I'm trying
I
to
did
eat
it.
better,
I
which
did.
I've also not done.
Well, one day at a time.
does anyone ever have success with those? I literally don't know anyone. I'm trying to think of anyone that's like,
I
never worked for me.
I lost a bunch of weight and got ripped.
yeah.
That 1 year, 2020.
It was 2003.
Hey, I felt pretty good because before in like late December, I was going into the gym with my son because we've been going for like 2 months or so, just every Monday, kind of going in there doing some cardio stuff. And he was like, "Hey, coming in again." I was like, "He's treating me like a regular." My God,
He knows me.
he knows me. So I felt like that was a little bit of an achievement.
Yeah.
Like I've been going enough for him to know who I am.
Yeah. Achievement unlocked.
Yeah.
Well, let's do this. Let's do a half-assed top 10 of the worst New Year's resolutions. All right, QB, top one.
Watch every episode of Meghan Markle's cooking show.
That's going to be a hot one.
I'm jealous that you don't you don't know Meghan Markle enough to know.
Yeah,
Saw the commercials.
Drew, second one.
Watch every episode. Oh, I'm sorry.
He just also has that resolution.
Attention spent. Yeah, exactly. Turn a Cybertruck into a bomb.
What do you got?
Watch every episode. No. Donate money to Wikipedia. That's a good one.
Oh yeah.
Solid.
Oh my God.
That's really good.
Will someone pay them off so they can please go away?
Please shut it down.
Stop
Yeah.
asking.
There's nothing I scroll faster than
Nothing.
part.
No, gone.
Yep.
I want to hear Wikipedia.
No. Angela?
Figure out a faster way to snort Ozempic.
There you go. I like how you added a faster way like you've been doing it.
Yeah. That was subconscious.
Defend Beyonce to everyone.
Okay.
The trafficker with the big ass, allegedly.
Quit drinking in the third trimester, which is not hard for me. So
Drew.
take it out on a CEO.
There you go.
Oh boy. It's a rough one.
a lot of people into that.
This one I'll just end with, because it's going to get someone in trouble. Just cover my face. Marry Aubrey Plaza.
Oh my God.
And that's been Half-Ass Top 10.
Who wrote that last one?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Could have been anybody. Anybody in the room.
No idea. Couldn't.
Could have been any.
I don't know what kind of awful person would do
Wow.
that.
Who could even think of that?
I mean, it's so fresh that I don't even think she'd be on the market yet.
Think of the release though.
Yeah.
Been good for him.
Well, someone's got to console her. So speaking of celebrities, do you guys watch the Golden Globes?
Hell no.
I watched parts of it, sure.
I watched
I did see that Colin Farrell got the best actor in a leading role.
And well deserved.
Well deserved for Penguin.
You guys
Great
watch
show.
Penguin?
It was great.
It's a great
I
show.
didn't see it. Was it good?
It was really good.
Phenomenal.
Penguin's very good. Yeah.
It was really good. Well, we sent out a guy to tell us about it. Let's go to the streets for our boy Crispin.
Hi everybody, it's Crispin, and this week the gang sent me to cover the Golden Globes. Speaking of Golden Globes, former Baywatch star Pam Anderson was nominated for Best Actress. If you ask me, her best performance as an actress was on a boat with Tommy Lee. Speaking of huge dicks, Vin Diesel called out The Rock, seemingly reigniting their years-long feud. What the hell kind of Korean teenage drama is this bullshit? Just fuck already. My God, these two have more sexual tension than the rope David Carradine hung himself with while jerking off. In the middle of the show, Nikki Glaser had a nip slip, while Ariana Grande was jonesing for a nip tuck. I mean, come on, her lips have more filler than Jamie Foxx's last comedy special. Ted Danson was nominated for A Man on the Inside, which I think is a biopic on Elliot Page. And this is what it looks like when you lose a bet in your fantasy football league. I'm guessing. I don't really know what's going on here. And I'm still trying to figure out what movie these two are here for. Dumb and Dumber? When P. Diddy films a freak off, he goes to jail, but when CBS does it, they call it the Golden Globes. And on that note, I'll see you next time.
Thank you, Crispin.
He's a good guy.
He's good.
He's doing all right.
I didn't know you had, who is Crispin?
He's this guy that we hired. He's got a lot of problems.
He's
He's
our
also-
award show correspondent.
Yeah, he was on Craigslist. So
Okay. They don't show him, though. You didn't show him at all.
No, he never really wants to show his face. I guess he's got some warrants.
Okay.
They also pay him in Xanax. So it's the only way he'll take it. I mean, it's really the only way he
He
does
requested
it.
that.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've offered money, but he prefers us to just send him pills.
Okay. I thought you did a good job.
He's very good.
when he does his job, he does it really well.
Did Jamie Foxx win Best Comedy Special?
Please say
No,
no.
Ali Wong.
Ali Wong.
Oh,
Jesus.
I could not believe the Jamie Foxx. I thought that was the most horrendous,
Awful.
just embarrassing, cringe. And I heard a lot of other people say the same thing. I couldn't get through
Terrible.
10 minutes.
He was never a great stand-up.
No.
He was always a good actor. He was always funny on In Living Color.
Yeah, he's good in sketches.
12 minutes of that is him fake crying, right?
Yeah.
I didn't see a single tear the whole time, yet he had to stop.
Was he having another
Entire
stroke?
special. Maybe.
Diddy
Yeah,
wasn't
why?
there.
Oh, he wasn't there.
He was crying when his daughter was playing the guitar, which he said was my, what did he say? That was my something that kept his heart going or something.
Yeah.
When he heard his daughter playing guitar and he started, keep playing. And it's like, wait, you've been out of the hospital for 6 months.
Right.
Why do you need her to keep playing?
Yeah.
And it was a way to weasel her into his act, it seemed like.
I never would have watched it, but we were told there was some Diddy revolution or revelation that was coming, and it was like, oh, okay,
Oh,
we're gonna hear that a drink was spiked, and that's why he stroked out, and that never really happened in that special. And it was like I just got to watch him fake cry for an hour.
And also
Didn't get it
revealed that, Atlanta, you saved my life.
Atlanta saved his life.
Yes.
Right.
The whole city of Atlanta.
That's, I
Apparently-
guess so.
I don't see how that
I don't know
works.
how it could.
Yeah.
The crowd cheered wildly, though. So, yes, we did.
They
We're so
said
proud
the
of
place
ourselves.
we live.
Yeah. They took full credit. Atlanta took full credit.
Yeah.
Saving his life.
Well, that is a one-up on coming out and being like, all right, it's good to be here in Atlanta. He's like, you'll see.
Feel saved.
I still don't understand how Netflix works. Like, honest God, not to kiss the host's ass here, but Dave Landau, if you did a special and it was on Netflix, it would kill.
Yeah.
Sure.
Everybody would love that hour. They
Sure.
would. That Jamie Foxx one, I didn't even smile once.
He's a name. I mean, now there are 100 other ones I could show you that I don't understand why
I was
they're
gonna say,
there.
yeah.
And then there's some really good ones.
Matt Bergazzi,
Nate
Nate
Bargatze's
Bargatze.
incredible.
That's doing well.
so funny.
so fun.
Great.
He kind of came out. I don't follow the comedian world all that close, except for this guy.
Yeah.
I watch his stuff all the time.
Did you see the part where
He came out of nowhere and he's hilarious.
Jamie was trying to work all his voices? Because he does do voices. He does impressions.
Yeah.
And so he worked all these voices in by saying, yeah, you have to play make-believe sometimes when you can't move and you're paralyzed. And so here's what it was like when I was pretending to be whatever the voice was. It was just the worst premise.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah, I couldn't watch it all. I just love him as Steamin' Willie Beeman in Any Given Sunday. I mean, the fact that he was snubbed for an Oscar on that one and won for
sure.
Ray is a real tragedy. Ray really was a good movie.
Yeah.
I will never forget Steamin' Willie Beeman.
Now, that was a good movie.
What?
Yeah.
Any Given Sunday.
It was entertaining.
Yeah.
It was Oliver Stone.
Yeah.
Oliver Stone made Platoon, and then he made every other movie Oliver Stone made.
Right.
I like him, but it's like a lot of it's like Wall Street Money Never Sleeps. Dude, that's not a good movie.
Is
Yeah.
Any Given Sunday, is that the one?
Football one.
Who's the backup quarterback that saves the day?
Oh,
Keanu Reeves? Is that movie?
no, that's The Replacements.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No.
LL
Dennis Quaid.
I know you took that hard.
I know. Come on,
LL
man.
Cool J.
LL Cool J.
Oh, yeah.
But isn't Keanu Reeves working at a bar when they come to get him for the second half? Or he's running a bar, I think.
In The Replacements?
Yeah. And he suits up.
I think so. That sounds right because I want to say he might be in a baseball movie too with
Hardball.
Hardball, yeah, with a similar problem.
Oh, bro.
You were so ready with that.
I was well. That's the only other sports Keanu Reeves movie I can think of, and that kid gets shot, bro.
Point
R.I.P.
Break.
Point
surfing.
Break. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's an FBI.
Johnny
That's a
Football?
surf movie. I don't think about sports, but you're right.
What about the last Boy
Johnny
Scout?
Montana is the worst alias.
You want me to surf? Are they even gonna believe it?
Yeah, come on.
Cue the montage.
I've never surfed before.
What about Last Boy Scout?
I like The Last Boy
I
Scout.
love that movie.
I love the
Any movie that starts a football game by somebody getting shot in the face.
The opening of that movie is so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I wish more movies open like that. Just on
I
the
wonder what,
field.
like with Damon Wayans, it's interesting because he's in that. He had a huge career. My friend Mike Binder directed him in Blank Man. And then he was in Bulletproof with Adam Sandler. But then it was all TV after that. And I wonder why, because it really seemed like he was going to hang on to action stardom for a while.
Yeah, I don't remember almost any of those.
Really?
Something Dave's used to hearing.
Yes. yeah.
Major Pain.
Your movie knowledge is very, very impressive, I will say.
Blank Man, is that when Benny from LA Law is a superhero or something?
No, it's yes.
Damon Wayans.
Yeah, it's when they wanted to make Handyman, but the studio wouldn't let them because it's a handicapped superhero. So they made it Blank Man. So he's still acting like he's special needs the whole movie.
It's a fantastic film. It's cinema.
It really is.
He is.
Well, Mike's been on the show who directed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's such a good.
So like the bad guys run into a woman's bathroom, gags like that, and he's like, the one place we can't go. Like just stupid crap. But it was very In Living Color-esque kind of humor, irreverent at the time. But yeah, he did a lot of movies like that. And Major Pain was a movie I loved.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, where the guy's like guy's shot so he breaks his finger to take the pain away. Like a gold tooth up front. I don't know, he was funny. I like him.
I like all the Damons. I heard that they're doing the new Scary Movie. They're coming back to make a Scary Movie
Yeah.
revival.
Before White Chicks?
Yeah.
Well, why
Come on.
mess with
Imagine now.
perfection?
Yeah.
It's already a perfect film.
Yeah. That's your creme de la creme.
Yeah, fair.
I still think Don't Be a Menace is
Great.
probably
Like
the
you're drinking
best.
juice.
In the Hood.
In the Hood.
How do you guys feel about the other the winners? I saw Demi Moore got The Substance, which I was
I think
happy.
so.
I was
It's
happy about that.
well
Did you like that?
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
I thought it was the
It was
best
weird.
film of the year.
She's completely nude in that movie
Yeah.
for like 2 minutes
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
in a well-lit bathroom, right?
Really?
yeah.
Oh,
She looks
easily.
great.
I must watch this film.
She looks great for a lot of it.
Yeah,
I heard
And
it's
then there's a part of it where she just doesn't look good
great.
at all.
I thought she looked beautiful.
the whole time.
She was beautiful and brave.
No, the nude scene was amazing. I mean, she's 61.
Oh, she's
she looked
stunning.
really good.
Yeah.
For 61.
Yeah.
No, she looked hot as hell.
She looks better than
here.
yeah.
No, when she's just Demi Moore, she's amazing looking.
Yeah.
When she's got, fungus pouring out of her spinal wound.
Yeah. That was a bit rough.
I liked it. I thought Dennis Quaid was really good as the completely
disgusting guy.
disgusting
So gross.
creep agent.
Yeah.
But it was like Stanley Kubrick with a lot of ass.
Yeah.
Like
30%.
Yeah, I was just say 30% of that movie.
Or ass.
I think that's how I described it
butt
to you.
shots. Yeah, that's probably why I think that because I was watching it going, it's a lot of butt shots.
Lot of butt shots.
But I liked it because it was just showing how shallow Hollywood is. Like every billboard is just an ass shot or whatever.
Yeah,
it
and
was all,
what even you made a good point. Like, what even is the show? Like, it's so stupid, just BS. Like a weird workout show. Oh, the New Year's Eve show. It doesn't mean anything.
Oh yeah, they're not.
Show
they're-
in the
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
It's basically like the movie They Live.
Yeah.
Where all the signs, except they're actually to the public, they're just these meaningless signs to consume. Like I thought it was good.
Yeah.
yeah.
We had Adrian Brody won Best Actor for The Brutalist.
I did not watch.
I didn't see
Didn't
that.
see.
Did not see.
I didn't know it existed.
Me neither.
No.
I saw the speech, and he briefly broke down.
Yeah.
Very briefly.
Really?
Yeah, so it must have been important somehow.
Wow. He impressed himself that much?
Yes, he was taken in by his own work.
He took 5 minutes to defend Roman Polanski again.
His greatest performance.
Yeah, I guess he's an architect in it. In the Holocaust.
So like the
times?
sequel to The Pianist.
That's what I'm wondering. It looks like it.
Oh, Nikki Glaser made a great joke about him in Holocaust movies or something at the beginning.
She did. She had a few lines. Do we have any clips?
We do, actually.
I thought she was great.
If you're watching on CBS, hello.
There
If
we
you're
go.
watching on Paramount Plus, you have 6 days left to cancel your free trial.
We have to talk a little
I'm
over
Nikki
it so we
Glaser,
don't get
and
this
I
pulled
am
down, just so you guys
absolutely
know.
thrilled to be your host tonight.
This
Thank
joke,
you.
this next one, I very much enjoy the discomfort in the room.
I gotta say, this feels like I finally
Do you think she
made
wrote
it.
this all
You know,
herself?
I'm in a room full
Yeah.
of
No.
producers at the Beverly Hilton Hotel,
No.
and this
They're not
time
that good,
all of my clothes are on. So yeah,
Like that.
Celebrity
She wrote
shot.
Joke.
it was worth it.
Fine.
Yeah, but believe me, she didn't write it all. Nobody's going to write them all.
Okay, they didn't cut to the audience. That's always the best part.
They will, though.
They do.
But I am not here to roast you tonight. I want you to know that. And how could I, really? You're all so
They-
famous, so talented, so powerful. I mean, you could really do anything.
Just
She
none of
is-
it compares
Tell the
to
country who to
Gervais
vote
now.
for. But it's
Well,
okay.
that's hard
Yeah.
to live down. She's
She'll
trying to
get
do a
next
bit of a
time.
Gervais, but I'd rather have that
Wicked,
than not.
queer,
Gervais just went
night bitch.
all
These are
in.
not just
Just
words
boob,
better
yeah,
than
yeah.
yourselves
That was the whole
after
deal.
the
He's going
orgasm.
all in.
These are some of the
Like stared right in their
incredible
eyes while he
movies.
was saying it too.
The only one
Nominated
good humored
tonight.
about it was Mel Gibson, too.
Yeah.
The
Oh, and
Bear,
Robert Downey
the
Jr.
Penguin,
He was-
Baby
he was-
Reindeer. These are not just things found in RFK's freezer. These are TV shows nominated
funny.
tonight.
Oh, they love that.
Yeah.
And what a night. I look out and I see some
Did
of the
she
hardest
personally
working
attack
actors
anyone?
in show business. And by that I mean
well,
your
yeah, the-
servers.
The, Adrian Brody joke in the beginning?
Yeah.
Yeah, there were a few. I mean, they weren't brutal.
No, Stanley Tucci was one, but I mean, he laughed. But whenever you go out, you just see, like in the crowd, it was funny. Dax Shepard is just staring at his
saw that.
phone, watching
I think
the
we have that
Lions.
too.
That clip, yeah, he's just watching the Lions game.
Yeah.
If you have that,
Like it goes from it's Harrison Ford and the two guys in the new Captain America movie, and they're up there giving their speech, and it just
Pans
he's
down.
watching the football game.
Yeah, we can watch this.
I mean, this seems so boring.
Yeah, Dax Shepard is.
So there's more important things going on right now.
Here are the nominees for
Best motion pictures
so
going on.
He doesn't even
I
care.
don't even
No,
care
why
about
would he?
this.
If you're a fan of the Lions, what would you rather watch? The Golden Globes or
Oh yeah,
Lions game?
especially
Or
if,
both.
Yeah.
especially if you hear Dax Shepard's story, who was just like an insane street fighting maniac in Detroit who lucked his way into Hollywood. Like he doesn't care.
Yeah. He was good on Punk'd.
Dude, he's great.
He
on
really was.
dude, Idiocracy is one of my favorite movies.
So good.
Me too.
So great.
He's fantastic.
I've always been a Dax fan.
I feel like you and Dax have so much in common. That
I
we were
would
just
like
talking
to-
about.
I
Like,
wanna
we gotta
talk to
get
him.
you guys in a room together.
I want to. He's been doing podcasts in the area. Like I've been seeing a lot of like crazy names on podcasts lately.
I asked Angela, "Have you had Dax on?" And she said no, and I was stunned. I thought, surely you guys grew up around the same, within miles.
I want to talk to that guy. Well, and then he's married to Kristen Bell, and isn't she from Birmingham?
Yeah,
Somewhere around
Willow
there.
Oak, Birmingham.
Yeah, right.
You should talk to him. That'd be
See,
awesome.
he used to do our show back in Detroit.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, he would come in. His mom was a big listener of all people.
Oh, he was a phenomenal guest.
He was a great guest. He'd be perfect for, I mean, you guys, like Angela said, you have so much in common.
I'm just going to ask him about Without a Paddle trivia questions
I think he would love that.
because I love that
honestly.
movie. It was a great movie.
I did like that movie.
Wasn't there an issue with Seth Green though? Wasn't he accused of?
Was he soft canceled?
I think so, but
On
then
that
it
set of that movie?
Maybe no.
No,
I
it
don't
was
think that. But I think it was something when he was young. He's a child star.
Yeah.
Like he's talking about when he was a really like little. Like he started when he was real young.
Yeah.
He has a story about being in a green room with like Eddie Murphy. And Bill Murray picked him up off of a couch because he was sitting in Bill Murray's chair and just put him in a trash can and then just sat down.
And then didn't Bill Murray like confirm that did happen?
Yeah, he did.
Bill Murray was like, "Yeah, that was me."
He's like a raging alcoholic.
Yeah, totally happened.
Seth Green said that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah. It was on SNL. He was playing some side character as a kid, and Bill Murray was the host, and Eddie Murphy was there. And yeah, he's like, "You're in my chair," and he's like, "What?" And he didn't move, so Bill Murray just grabbed him and threw him in a trash can.
I don't have a problem with that.
Classic
Honestly,
Bill.
it seems
Bill
like
Murray, you move.
Yeah.
Any story about Bill Murray can very possibly be true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did anybody see the Saturday Night Live movie, by the way?
I did.
Do you like it?
It was all right. I didn't love it. What about you?
Why was it so frantic?
Well, here's the part too. Why was Belushi a caveman idiot who no personality, humor. Like what casting was that?
I agree. No, that was really odd, and you could easily pick out all the characters from the original SNL,
Right.
but he didn't act anything like John Belushi to me.
No, and there was no like John Belushi had charisma. That's what made people like him for what he looked like. He was in the first sketch, and even when he was playing that Michael O'Donoghue fingertips to the Wolverines thing, he couldn't land the lines like Belushi did. And then he's just dressed as a bee, and he goes and ice skates in the park, and you're like, this couldn't happen in this amount of time. Like, there's no way. Even the poster for it, I forgot. Somebody else was talking about that too. But like, the set's on fire, they're about to cancel it. Like, it's irritating. Like,
They're trying to heighten up the
Yeah.
reality too much, and it just didn't make any sense.
Well, it was a replacement for Johnny Carson reruns.
Yes.
And I think that's known, and it was an unlikely hit. But I felt like they just created too much drama out of that, and there was just the frantic business of getting even one show off, and NBC wanting to know exactly what's going to be said through the whole show. It was just over dramatized, and I think there is a good story there, but they kind of blew it.
They did, and I think the problem is they took like the fight between Bill and Chevy that eventually happened, or between John and Chevy that eventually happened. Like all these different things happened on set and jammed them into one night.
Mm-hmm.
Like this was all going on all the time, and none of it really made any sense. Like there's no way this all happened in one night, so it just becomes where it's not believable. Like the idea of putting on a show for the first time is already interesting. I'm sure the night was interesting. I mean,
Yeah.
Michael O'Donoghue was a lunatic, and he was the head writer. Like Catherine O'Hara was hired for that show and went in, met Michael O'Donoghue, who was writing a thing about how comedy must be dangerous. She quit the show. She was so bothered by him.
Oh.
So it's like he was crazy. So like and then you have Belushi, you have Chevy, who was very funny at the time.
Yeah.
And even in that, like I don't know, the guy was good, but he still lacked that, like, I don't know, that comedy timing that Chevy had for like the newscast.
Yeah, it's hard to do that with real people we know fairly well. There was a Dan Aykroyd character. There was a Gilda Radner. But if anything was that insane for a week, everyone would quit. I mean, it was just ridiculous.
Yeah, well, Matt McClowry, who's on this show, read for Dan Aykroyd and is way more like Dan Aykroyd than the guy they hired. Like, the guy they hired is like, he doesn't come off autistic or anything. Like, Dan Aykroyd is very specifically... Like, he was completely undiagnosed autistic at that time. Like, that's why he would do, like, the fast talk, bassomatic thing, all that stuff. So, the casting, I just thought, wasn't really good. I didn't buy him as Dan Aykroyd.
Wasn't the casting really, if you look like the person the most, you get the job? 'Cause
Right.
They looked like him.
He looked like him, but
Didn't act like him.
I think you need him to act like him more than anything else.
Yeah, it didn't work.
No, and I wonder if it's true, which I didn't know this, the Lorne Michaels thing, because he was a comedy writer, that he was going to go out and do the first Weekend Update, and then he ended up throwing it to Chevy right before he went out. And
Like 10 seconds, he threw a tie on and went out.
And Chevy just nails it. And I'm like, is that really, like, if it's what happened, I think that's really cool, but I never heard that story ever, even in...
Sounds a little bit more like mythic version of it. Like, this is what had 10 seconds.
Yeah, a guy just threw a tie on and went out and read. I mean, why?
Yeah, especially if it was your show that you're producing and that's supposed to be your segment. I just don't buy that you would just give it to somebody at the last second.
I was delighted to find out that Janice Ian was the first musical guest and sang, I learned the truth at 17.
Oh, yeah.
Life was meant for beauty queens. I mean, that whole song makes it in the movie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. We do have to sit through that, don't
Yes.
we? Yeah, I like Jason Reitman. I think he wrote it, but I don't know. But it was not. Yeah,
Does it just focus on the very first season or episode?
It's the very first night. It's like
Very first night,
It's like an hour before the show goes live, and the
do you
movie's
screw
an hour
this
and a
up?
half.
Yeah, and somebody dumps a wheelbarrow full of bricks, which I guess have to be assembled. Like, why would they be doing this at the last minute?
Yeah, George Carlin's like a total prima donna, and you're like, I don't think he was like that. I think he was just high.
Yeah.
Because he's coming out and saying like what he can and can't say, and I'm like, I don't think like Carlin was doing television
Way in the
20
50s.
years before. Yeah, exactly, and radio and stuff. I don't think that he had any issue knowing what he could or couldn't say.
Yeah. Like that's almost his thing, is to know exactly what to say and what he can't say.
I mean,
Like he knows all of that.
the 7 dirty words you can't say on television is just exactly how much he knew about
Exactly.
that.
It's like that's his knowledge right there.
But George comes out in rehearsal, and they send some over to distract the guy from standards at NBC to like talk loudly to him so he can't hear what George is saying.
Right. Yeah,
It's preposterous.
which is like he wouldn't just go, I have to.
I can't hear you.
It's my job.
Yeah, I need to listen to this, so get out of the way.
Like every interview you've ever seen with George Carlin, he acts nothing like the guy in the movie. It's very rough to watch.
So they were taking like the caricatures of like the memory of these people and putting them into a movie, but not actually trying to copy those. Like when you said with John Belushi, it sounds like they're.
It's like a Geico caveman.
It sounds like somebody that never watched Animal House and only knows the references to Animal House and is like, that's John Belushi all the time. Like that
That's
wasn't
what he
him.
is.
Yeah,
He's the
basically.
guy that smashes the beer can.
But he doesn't shave.
guitar.
And
Yeah.
and he's always punching stuff. And you're like, I don't think he
I
did.
don't think, no.
Yeah, and he won't sign a contract and literally signs it like 30 seconds before they go on air.
Right. Do you think an unknown performer from the second city who's getting his first break ever didn't have his NBC contract signed?
To do a live show on a national network when there's only 3 channels? Really?
And I mean, I believe the Carson phone call to a degree because I know he hated anybody competing with him. He never talked to Joan Rivers again. Chevy Chase was never on his show again. But so he calls up Lorne Michaels and is just like, you're only doing this because mommy and daddy are fighting. I'm sure it wasn't that dramatic, but he's like, I want to wish you good luck, but it's Saturday's still going to be my night. And Carson was, he's known as a decent guy, but if you've read any book, like the book by his lawyer, I mean, he could be a pretty big scumbag and he liked his power.
I feel like
So-
that's most people in Hollywood.
You have
Yeah.
to, you have to be. There's no other way. I mean, I think you just have to be like that in general in show business in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah.
But he didn't have to be a complete dick and say, well, if I decide to start putting my reruns on Saturday, of course she'll go away. But
Yeah, exactly. It's such an insecure thing to call
Yes.
somebody and be like, it's still going to be mine. It's like, you're the most famous guy on earth.
It'll be fine.
It's like Jay Leno calling Conan.
Yes. It's
They
almost like
don't
Jay
speak
Leno
live.
wanting to come back to NBC
Yeah.
and take Conan's job, right?
Yeah. It's kind of
And
like
then
that.
firing every newscaster in the country so he can do a 10 o'clock show.
For what, 3 more months?
Yeah,
It
and then
didn't
leave.
last very long. Yeah.
No, and then Conan. Just that would have been such a good Tonight Show.
Yeah.
And now we're stuck with
Oh my God. All the Jimmys.
wasn't it fun when they were all battling?
the war for late night.
Yeah, Kimmel and Conan and Jay. And, Jay wasn't really participating, but Kimmel, Conan, and who was the third one? It was going after Jay. They were all going after Jay.
Conan was kind of staying out of it, oddly enough, but
Letterman was
Letterman was going after Jay.
Letterman, yeah.
And Kimmel invited Jay on his show and just started, back when Kimmel was fun, just started trashing him.
Are those shows going to survive? I don't think they are.
No, I think
way.
they're already dying.
I think
propped up.
Kimmel's contract is up this year. I think this is his last year. They're not going to renew that.
You don't
They're
watch
not even getting
Seth
viewers.
Meyers?
I'm a huge Seth Meyers fan, yeah.
If CBS couldn't pay James Corden,
Oh,
Yeah.
assume
Oh, they just got the.
Can you imagine?
I'm so glad he's back in the UK.
Yeah, get out of here.
Yeah, so he can not tip the waitresses there and make awful scenes in restaurants. I was in
expect that
Cats. What a piece of crap.
Dude, that guy's such a
Everybody
horrible
who's
person.
ever met
All
him
accounts.
has just talked about what an absolute monster that guy is.
That's wild. He's not hot enough to be an asshole.
And, that's how I thought. I was like, there's no way a fat star like
gotta
him
be
would be an
jolly.
asshole.
Yeah, you got to be jolly. Exactly.
You would assume he'd be likable, but apparently he's just an awful person. You can't do Cats and not spend the rest of your life somewhat apologizing for it. Why would you give a theater guy from England, you lose Craig Ferguson, who's hilarious.
The best.
Best.
Yeah.
So you're so now you lose the best guy on late night, other than him and Conan. I think were tied for
Yeah.
me. You lose Craig Ferguson, so you just get a guy who also is from England.
Yeah.
I mean,
This'll work.
I mean, I know Craig's Scottish, but you know what I'm saying. It's just
Have you listened to Craig's podcast?
that's
He
great.
doesn't give a fuck, and it's so hilarious. He's like, yeah, these people, they put the podcast up, and it's whatever. And he just talks to whoever his friends are. It's
I
just
used to
great.
slide into his gay robots DMs.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you ever hook up?
No, but I wanted to.
I get that.
Yeah.
I think we can make it happen.
Thanks.
I get that.
He's gay.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Do we want to hit Trudeau? Or do we want to hit Zuck?
What happened with Trudeau?
Trudeau. The
Hey,
Well, he's on the way out.
Canada's prime minister.
Oh, that's right. He stepped down.
Did.
They don't have a new prime. Wait a minute.
He's stepping out early.
I'm getting some news here. We do have breaking news
okay.
on Normal World. This has never happened, ever.
Ever.
What's going on?
The first time.
People talking to your earpiece like that, Dave?
They do. They talk into this one, so I hold it like this. This is the special.
Only the right ear.
They don't talk to me. I'm just pretending.
Breaking news just comes in the right ear. That's
Just in the right ear. This one's never worked. I'm deaf in my left ear from a gun accident. Coming into the
good.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe it. I wasn't sucking hard enough, and the guy gave me a warning shot. Anyway, so the prime minister was selected, and it looks like they are selecting a prime minister. And let's go to the inauguration ceremony.
Oh, wow. I had no idea.
Justin Trudeau is now officially swearing in the new Prime Minister, Canadian serial killer Jeremy Skibecki. Trudeau selected Skibecki to make sure the mortality rate of our country didn't drop. Trudeau is now feeding Canadian serial killer Jeremy Skibecki a Timbit from our native Tim Hortons. Yet, that looks yummy. The men are now pouring maple syrup, the lifeblood of our great and powerful nation, into champagne flutes blessed by Don Cherry. Trudeau has just crowned Canadian serial killer Jeremy Skibecki with the Afro of Unity. In tradition, Trudeau is now pulling out black shoe polish and will apply it to the Canadian serial killer Jeremy Skibecki's face. I'm very excited to see what our Prime Minister will look like as a mean-souled.
All right, so it looks like
We can't show that in our country.
Yes.
but serial killer
Skibecki.
Jeremy.
Becky will be the new prime minister of Canada.
Wow, that timed out so perfectly. The breaking news alert, and then right at the beginning.
It was great. There's no way no one didn't buy that.
Yeah. By what?
Buy what? What do you mean? We also have a beaver in studio, right, from Canada.
Yeah, I got it.
That's true.
Get it. It's over there. I can't get it right now. You shouldn't have even mentioned
Why
it.
did you put it
Show
outside
everyone
of
your
the camera
beaver.
shot? How dare you?
I'll get it.
It's a real beaver. It's.
Show them your beaver.
I mean, it's a. You didn't even try.
We all want to see a beaver.
Come on. Show everyone your beaver if you want to keep your job.
There's the beaver.
You show them on camera.
In camera shot.
And act like you like it.
Look, I'm
Go ahead.
holding Angela's beaver.
Play with your beaver on camera, Angela.
She's got a tramp stamp. Look at her butt.
Yeah.
That's our beaver that celebrates Justin Trudeau. No longer
Is that the
in
tramp?
prime minister.
Yeah, there it is.
Tramp stamp's got the heart right there.
All right, now be gentle with my beaver. Put it
Getting
down.
a little rough finger in your beaver there.
Beaver's very
Hey,
dry.
this is a family show. Thank
Yes.
you.
Yeah, we're trying to tighten it up.
Sorry.
Hey,
Me
why,
too.
why did Justin, why now?
I'm guessing because the world's falling apart, or maybe the globalists aren't winning right now. I'm not really.
I
Honestly,
think-
it's odd, right?
So I think it's similar to the Biden thing. They pressured him to drop out before the race because they're about to pick a new prime minister, and they want to replace him with somebody that is like somebody that could win. I don't think they think he would win another term. So
No
they're gonna
way.
Get him to get out,
Yeah.
and they'll replace him with some other puppet.
He's a terrible leader. So yeah, I can't imagine.
I like how they
Approval
figured it out
ratings
now.
are what, in the 20s, early, like 33, 27, something like that.
Oh, he's massively hated.
Yeah, Prime Minister Blackface. It was the trucker convoy. It was his path, and then Trump asking if he wanted to be governor of Canada.
Well, him also singing on the piano and stuff. During lockdown, and then going out to eat. Yeah, he's trash.
I don't say mankind. We call it people kind.
Yes.
Stuff, all that stuff.
Yeah, that was to a woman, right?
Yeah.
corrected a woman for saying mankind.
Mankind, yeah.
Like, it's people kind.
It's people
Don't
kind.
mansplain
Canada
to
is
me
a
about.
silly place.
Don't people splain to me.
I like how that. Why would you say that to a woman?
They
That's a good, yeah.
historically don't listen to what you
To
say.
correct her.
Women?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know they're not going to.
Maybe she wasn't woke. You need to explain it.
Yeah,
No, he was the king of the virtue signalers.
Yeah.
he really was.
Without-
He was
Yeah.
the most painful person.
He's Gavin Newsom of the North.
Yes,
Absolutely.
what he
Yeah.
is.
He's so handsome. He's so
Yeah.
handsome.
yes.
I
He's
have
dreamy.
I have a friend that's from Canada, and she voted for him twice, solely based on that.
Seriously, that
He's
he's
hot?
charismatic and handsome.
She's not my friend anymore.
I didn't even know Canadians voted, and I grew up right across the river.
I thought that was like a king or something.
But being
still
good
like
looking
a-
is everything now. I mean, you can shoot people in the back, and if you're good looking, they'll love you.
Yeah, they'll
Yeah,
put
it's
you on
true.
T-shirts and champion you.
Yes, yes. They love that guy, don't they?
Yes.
Well, you were sending me an article today that was about P. Diddy's upset that Mario's getting all the love in the prison he's in, and nobody cares about Diddy.
I think it's reasonable myself. I'm on Team Diddy in this complaint because I mean Diddy, this guy didn't have any hit records.
No,
He didn't
point.
produce anybody else.
just one hit.
He only shot one guy.
Yeah,
He wasn't even sneaky about it.
look at his sad face.
Look at all the horrible things I did. Nobody cares anymore.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's bad here.
He probably is
him,
pissed.
Sam Bankman-Fried, the guy that ripped off
they
a bunch
also-
of people.
They also kept Ghislaine there.
Ghislaine. It's like Arkham.
And R. Kelly.
It's like Arkham, bro. It's like all of the horrible supervillains go straight there.
R. Kelly's in that place?
Yeah.
He was?
He was.
Is this the one where Diddy's riding the motorcycle around?
What?
What?
Sorry, what?
No, wait.
No, there's a video
real?
of Diddy riding a motorcycle, allegedly,
Around prison?
around a prison. Like, he was sad on Christmas,
Really?
and they were like, here's your motorcycle.
He's a tricycle.
It's
Diddy.
bad in here.
I'm sure it's from a music video from years ago, but they're saying it's recent.
No, I know. I think what it was is it was from a music video, and he happens to be riding around the prison that he is now in.
Oh,
That
that's what it
funny.
was.
Yeah.
No.
How did anyone make that mistake?
Foreshadowing.
Yeah, he's like, good thing I'll never be locked away in here for all the trafficking I do.
You know, I almost got diddied, right?
Oh, what happened with you guys?
Yeah, he came in one day. It was when he had a rock song. I give him credit. He came in by himself. He didn't bring a bunch of security, record label people. And this is in the J.Lo days. And he came in and he wanted us to hear the song that he'd done to the Led Zeppelin.
Yep.
And he thought it had crossover potential. So he came in by himself in just a white T-shirt and that chain, the cross diamond chain.
Yeah.
And then he invited
He's a
Mark
man
and
of
I.
Jesus.
Yeah, of course. He gave me his cell number, invited me to a party that night at Kid Rock's. And
Man.
Whoa.
you get invited to a Diddy party, from what I'm told, I mean, ask Meek Mill how that goes.
Sounds
You
like
must
you've
have
been
thought
there
you were a creep.
Yeah,
He's like, you got creep potential.
yeah. I had no idea at the time, and then he ghosted me. He didn't. I actually called his
This guy
cell
looks
phone
like he
that
might
night.
rape Justin Bieber.
I looked rapeable in my thinner days, probably. I think that's what it was.
Oh, you were the
Yeah.
the victim. You were,
Yeah.
You were the fish.
Got a nice bowl cut.
Yeah, nice bowl cut. I was thin.
That's a 12-year-old right there.
You've been there very late.
I remember his answering machine, though, at the time, his cell phone had his 5-year-old son on it. That's what I remember. You trying to call my daddy?
Supposedly.
Yeah. It could have been.
Yeah.
Who knows who that actually was on the outgoing message, but yeah.
So you didn't go to the Kid Rock party?
No, I called him and he didn't return my call. He blew me off. So, but I came that close.
So
I know what
You
was going to
went
go
to
on
the
at
party
that.
and couldn't get in the door.
No, I didn't go to the party. I called him and he didn't answer the phone.
I'm at the door.
You met someone hotter who was less interested, which turned him on.
that's true. Yeah, he walked outside and saw somebody 8 years younger than you.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was like, delete.
He's like, what? He's 23.
Oh,
Get
my
it.
God. It's gross. I thought you said he was a high school intern. Yeah, that's messed up. Was he a dick?
No, he was actually really nice. Yeah,
That's how you get him.
Yeah, charismatic.
yeah. He was, and like I said, I was.
And he was on. You were on the show, or was it your show?
No. It was
we were working
Drew
together.
Mike,
Drew and
right?
Mike show. I was producing the show, and I don't know.
You weren't invited?
It was
get it
after. It
These
was,
guys cut him. I think Mike was so interested in him that
Yeah, I was
they
so
got to him first and wouldn't let him go.
It was after the show. He didn't even come on the air. It was after the show, and he came into our office. All of a sudden, Puff Daddy, he was going by Puff Daddy at the time, walked in, and it was like, what's this dude doing here? And he was literally going around to rock stations. Like, I think this song I've just did has crossover potential. And so he came in, and I don't even know if Drew was still there. Or
It was. I remember seeing
yeah.
him through the glass because you were in the producer room, and I was frightened. I was too frightened to come in.
You saw through it.
It's gonna get me.
You just had some bad feeling right away.
I think I did. Plus, the chemistry between these guys was so intense. I want to break it up.
You're like, they're about to kiss. I don't want to go in there and ruin the moment.
Drew saw a strange black man in the office and was like, ooh,
Like lock the door.
staying out of there.
I guess we're being robbed.
Stay in the booth
Well, Benifer, that's done now.
again.
Yeah.
J.Lo's. Yeah.
They were married for 2 years, and I guess Ben Affleck and J.Lo, they have finally settled their divorce. Basically, each walks away with what they individually acquired during the marriage. The money earned from various movie projects is his, and the same goes for what J.Lo earned during their 2-year marriage. And neither will pay spousal support. Ben will keep his production company and movie rights, while J.Lo will keep Diddy's secrets as long as she can. So, yeah. Do you think that had something to do with it, though?
The divorce?
Yeah, like, do you think maybe...
I think it was on the. I think it was. Off
I think
the
she's
rails
just a
before
pain
that.
in the
I think
ass.
they both are.
Yeah.
She
It might
seemed
be
like-
just.
I don't know. Ben always just seems to be smoking and sad.
No, he's an alcoholic that constantly relapses.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Which I say as an alcoholic that constantly.
Like I know
relapses.
the.
You don't have to tell the audience that.
Yeah, he's a piece of
We're
shit.
doing the best we can with you.
That documentary, This Is Me Now. And I guess Ben walked in one day and sprawled all over the table were a bunch of love letters he'd written J.Lo, even from when he was married. And she didn't ask him if this is okay.
Ooh.
And some of them made it into that movie.
That
And I-
terrible movie that she made.
Yeah, which totally bombed. Everything she did bombed. Her tours canceled, couldn't sell tickets. Her new movie just opened in England. It bombed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So does this divorce mean we're not getting a Gigli part 2?
Damn it.
I don't think so.
It's always getting pulled away as soon as I think it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Well, what
we're
was she?
so
What did
close.
people like her in? Like Made in Manhattan, and that's it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
people
yeah.
went.
The wedding.
Selena?
planner.
Yeah, The Wedding Planner.
Isn't that right?
What's
That
that?
Selena?
Selena, yeah.
Was that Selena?
Yeah.
Was she in
No,
that?
Selena was shot and killed before that movie was
No,
made.
she was. She was.
Oh, she
the
played
movie.
Selena.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. The difference is everybody would just like it if those roles were reversed. Selena would still be selling tickets.
What? Seriously, what is she most famous for? Her ass?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I think.
Skinny on the block. It's like,
Yeah.
Every time we turn around, she was nude on her 53rd birthday on
She used-
Instagram.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
used to just
I mean-
do like backup vocals for like. And
that's like all she did.
That's what she did.
And she was a backup.
Yeah.
She was a fly girl on In Living Color.
oh.
Was she? Or are we getting her?
Yeah, she was. No, she was a fly girl on In Living Color.
Yep.
Wasn't that
That was
Paula
her first
Abdul?
thing.
Paula Abdul
Oh,
was a
Laker
cheerleader.
Laker girl.
Like NFL cheerleader.
No, J-Lo was. Look it up.
Backup
J-Lo was a
dancing
fly
as well.
girl.
Because I was thinking that too. Paula Abdul.
Yeah.
She was a backup dancer for who at the time? Was it? It wasn't Michael.
Might have been Mike.
Maybe Prince. I want to say it's one of the two big.
Yeah.
Well, I have a feeling that J.Lo is one of those people that's pretty used to getting her own way, and being married to her and being her husband when every project bombs. I have a feeling it'd be pretty miserable.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, especially when you're like Batman.
Yeah.
You're like I was Batman.
Yeah, everything you do seems to kind of sort of work out. Yeah, there she is as a fly girl.
And she wants every guy in the world to beat off to her. And
Yeah.
her
Right.
husband. I mean, it's just not a.
Gotta
seems
be-
like it'd be tough.
Who do you think was the most problematic in that relationship?
Her.
I would think
Gotta be
Ben from Boston would be just like a cool drunk
Yeah.
to hang out with. She
Probably
seems like a pain
her.
in the
You
ass.
see the pictures where he's like hanging out on the yacht and he's just like, or he's outside the door
Yeah.
of his house and he's like,
he
he's
always
opening
looks
the car
bummed.
door for her and he's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, like she's
don't think
basically
it's her.
she has
I
no
think it's him.
She has no top on. She's laying on the front of the boat, and he's just drunk, like with a cigarette in his mouth.
Yeah.
just like,
You can tell he's deciding if he should start driving fast in the boat. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's fair to blame the woman. I think it's usually their fault.
Yeah.
Angela would agree.
Yeah.
No.
Angela.
No.
Just
You
to
have to
This is the
agree.
Blaze.
We are the hosts.
I've been meaning to talk to you about how I always have to agree with you on the show, how those are your conditions.
Yes.
I disagree with those.
You signed with that.
Too late.
Why did you sign?
Because you told me to.
Correct. It's an NDA that says must agree with Dave. And now you've just violated both.
You're fired, but somebody needs the.
I think
show, so you're
yeah,
rehired.
they seem like two very toxic people. But Boston, if you're marrying a guy from Boston who's Irish and he's an alcoholic, why are you surprised?
And you've been with them before.
You're
You
buying
know.
the ticket.
Part of their charm.
Yeah.
I think he'll get back with the other Jennifer, and then break up with her, and then get back with this Jennifer.
Oh, Gardner?
Yeah, and just bounce back
It's
and
just
forth
a
between him and
vicious
Alias,
cycle.
her and Alias.
Do you guys have favorite Ben Affleck movies?
No,
Like what one do I usually watch?
Yeah.
Man.
Goodwill Hunting's one of my favorite movies ever.
I'll tell
love
you
that movie.
Tell you why I don't. His name is Will Hunting, and the name
wrong
of
with
the
that?
movie is Good Will Hunting.
Outside of
What's
that,
wrong with that?
I would like you to explain. I'm just asking questions. here.
What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with Will Hunting? That could be somebody's name.
It's like if his name.
The hunt for Red October.
Yeah.
It's Red October.
I am Will.
That makes more sense.
Will Fishing, Will Boxing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Will goes boxing. Yeah.
The movie's not about hunting.
No, but it's about it's about a bad guy it's about a guy who isn't really bad, and they find the good in him.
Yeah.
And they named him Will Hunting,
Good.
and his name is Good Will Hunting.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I think there's everything wrong with that.
that's the worst part of the movie.
By
Outside
far.
of that, the movie's great though.
his best friend is a genius who solves math problems no one else in the world could solve.
Right, the guy.
He's a janitor.
Yes,
he's a janitor genius.
Will Hunting.
And they like to go down to Harvard and beat up smart kids.
How you like them apples?
Yeah.
Robin Williams.
That's the dumbest
so good in
line
that
too,
movie.
by the way.
And Louis C.K. has a great bit about that, where he's like, "How you like them apples?" And what if he goes, "You like apples?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "What if he said no?"
Yeah.
What if he said not really? He's like, "Yeah." He goes, "How you like them apples?" Like everything. No, it's not.
Everything hinged on yes to that question.
And then after he got the girl's number,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's
Not your fault.
not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not your fault.
Not your fault.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault. And then he's like,
Robin
"You know
Williams is
what?
great in that movie."
I will do math." I love Robin Williams. I'm not saying he's not good in it. I'm saying he's the only reason why it's okay. It's a tolerable film. It's a very overrated movie.
He gets a little too
Okay.
worked up too, Robin, when he shits on his painting. I'll give you that. You know
I can't even remember the movie.
See, that scene, I don't
remember.
even.
Yeah, when Will Hunting.
God.
What?
you should have
It's
said
like
his
if
name.
his name was if his name was like Finn Courage.
Forrest Gump is named after Forrest Gump. It's the main character. Forrest Gump.
Yeah, but it's not. It's not about Forrest Gump becoming a forest. Do you understand?
I just
Like the plot of the movie is the title and also the guy's name.
why it's genius.
No, it's not. And it's about a genius. That's the thing that makes it worse.
Write a script.
Yes,
That's good.
I would have called it anything else. And his name wouldn't have been Will Hunting.
We wrote this whole script, but we don't have a name for the lead character.
Oh my God. It's the only reason why I believe those two hacks didn't steal it. I'm sorry, what were you saying?
I don't even remember.
How much
Is there a
you
Ben
like-
Affleck movie that we can agree is maybe
Geely.
better than
I think we
Will
already
Hunting?
talked
Good Will
about
Hunting.
Oh,
Geely, obviously, that's number
Obviously.
one. But
Chasing Amy.
Chasing Amy. Okay,
yeah.
going back to the Kevin Smith.
I like
days.
Chasing Amy.
Yeah.
I like
Gone Girl.
Gone Girl's
Girl's
good.
pretty
That's
good.
actually-
Yeah.
yeah,
Gone
He
Girl's
plays that
good.
character so good of
Except-
like the husband that just is like, I don't know.
I don't know.
Everybody
I
thinks
could be
he's-
the murderer. I may not be
Yeah.
the murderer. I don't know.
What's the Ben Affleck movie? It's an adventure movie where he's on a motorcycle whipping around.
Will Hunting.
It's John Biking.
John motorcycle.
What movie is that?
Yeah.
It's an action movie, and
an
it's
action movie.
good.
He's in Sum of All Fears with Morgan Freeman. That one's not great.
Paycheck? No. What?
No, Paycheck is one.
He does ride a motorcycle in it.
I gotta look.
Paycheck is the one I was thinking of.
Maybe Paycheck.
Gotta look at
Did he play like Jack Ryan or something in a movie?
That was Sum of All Fears.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The Gone Girl one, that's the one we had to see Neil Patrick Harris.
Pretend to be
You know
straight.
what? I like Ben
Frontal,
Affleck
right?
as a director. I like the movies
Oh,
he's
yes.
directed.
That's a good point.
And I like the movies that he's starred in as a director.
But,
Gone Baby Gone.
okay. Yeah.
And the one where the people had to
Argo.
Argo.
Argo's
good.
good. Not bad.
And then what was the other one?
Fly by
Batman,
Night.
Superman.
The one where he's the bank robber.
Fly by Night.
The town.
Oh yeah.
No, not
The town. The town was good.
Yeah, the town was really good. So I do think he's talented, and I think those movies that he directs are really good.
Yeah.
I just don't. Yeah, I think a lot. Oh, Dazed and Confused.
Yeah.
Fantastic movie.
We had to pretend to like, I think, Batman versus Superman because it was filmed in Detroit.
So awful.
Yeah.
Horrible.
I think we had to pretend to like that for a minute.
So
What
bad.
about Air? The Michael Jordan movie or the Michael Jordan's mom movie?
Oh, yeah. Michael Jordan's mom's movie. Yeah.
You know, I didn't see it because I had a good idea how it ended.
It stars Will Hunting, doesn't it? Isn't that
Yeah, Air is just. But I mean, it's like we're gonna invent a shoe that's the Michael Jordan shoe, and you're like, boy, I wonder how this turns out for these guys.
But it's about the turmoil of getting it done.
You think this shoe takes off? I'm gonna go pay some money to see if the Air Jordan.
What
The
part
shoe
of their
I'm
soul
wearing.
did they sell?
I have 6
get it
pairs
done.
in my closet.
Come on, there's salt. Fuck you guys. That's a beautiful dad joke. I didn't even listen.
I said it was funny.
Soul. No, you missed his soul joke.
You
What
missed
was
my
your soul
I
joke?
said, what part of their soul did they have to sell to get it done? Okay.
It's a good joke.
That's a good joke.
Thank you.
No, you're right. I'm sorry, I missed it. Okay. I was just still laughing and trying to figure out how to work Air into a name joke. Yeah, the name of the show. The name of the show says Johnny Sells Shoes, and that's his last name.
That's where we're going to be in like 10 years. Every title is just going to be what the movie is.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I love Robin, but that movie just on the name.
really? You don't like the movie?
No.
Really?
No, him and Cole Hauser, everybody in that.
Cole
his
Hauser.
brother. I like Cole Hauser.
Yeah.
No. Them sitting around being like,
I respect
by this.
let's go beat up some smart kids. And then it's just, you're just gonna do this perfect math. Like, no, it's basically like when Joe Pesci's the homeless guy in, what's that movie? With Honors.
Yeah. I don't think I saw it.
He's a homeless guy who steals Brendan Fraser's. This is before he was the whale in All Heavy. Brendan Fraser's term paper.
You know he's not actually that.
No, he is. You're wrong.
As head.
No, he looks just like that.
Wait, at what era was this Brendan Fraser? Was it
This was,
before?
Sexy?
This was Encino Man era.
Okay, so this was before Mummy.
This is like
Early-
School Ties era.
Okay.
Airheads era?
Okay.
Airheads era.
Yeah.
Good era.
Good era for
That was
Brendan
best
Fraser.
era. The Whale era sucked.
I like The Whale.
Did not watch
Did you
the
really?
Whale.
You liked the Whale and you
Did.
hated Goodwill Hunting.
Correct.
Holy.
Well, what would the character
you're
in the
onto something,
whale's
Mike.
name be?
Yeah. I mean, am I crazy here or what?
I didn't hate Goodwill Hunting.
You did.
That's it.
I shouldn't say I hated it. I
There was
liked
someone
it.
named Will Hunting in the movie.
Yes. And how do you watch them? It's the worst title of a movie ever, and I can't get over it.
Yeah. And beating up some smart kids.
And who lives on the Harvard camp? Who lives in Cambridge and spends all their time beating up college students?
Will Hunting.
And then there's the whole
Harvard wannabes.
Guy with the ponytail.
And then there's the whole ridiculous scene when they're playing pool when he's like, "Oh yeah, you read Vicus?"
Oh, yeah, you
And
read
he's
your
throwing
smart-
like all the poets and stuff. Yeah.
Dude, that whole scene is so uncomfortably bad where he's like, I'll tell you about Vicus. And it's like, all his friends are like, wow, how did he know that? It's like, haven't you known him for 20 years? He never said something smart until a guy with a ponytail challenged him in a bar during a pool game
He's a janitor.
in front of the mildly attractive whatever
Who wasn't that?
Minnie Driver?
Minnie Driver.
Yeah. Did you like her joke?
Which one?
The one at the
I liked her in
table when
Grosse
she-
Point Blank.
Yeah, no, when she first meets his friends, Cole Hauser and Ben Affleck's brother, and
Casey.
Casey, and she's doing the swallow joke.
Oh, yeah.
Remember the joke?
There were scenes.
not-
Look, it's a Gus Van Sant movie. There's parts of it that are good if we're being completely honest.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a decent movie. It's the worst title.
It's a bad title. I agree. I'll give you
Meatballs 4 is a better title.
Dave, what about the scene where he solves that incredible problem and then he sets it on fire and the Harvard guy is desperately trying to put it out?
Yes. So everybody can see. Drew's right. It's not good.
I like
glad
this
you're on my
dynamic.
side here.
You're pulling for the movie. You're like, come on, what about this great
What
scene?
about this
You're
great
like, what about this shit
No, because
scene?
every time you mention a good scene, he reminds me there's a
Playing
way,
both sides.
he reminds me there's a way worse one.
Shit stirring.
him putting the fire out of it.
That basically this guy trying to stop the flames of something he's been trying to solve his whole career.
The guy could write down again in 5 minutes.
It's like, no, because this janitor, so smart.
But the whale was, I don't know, I appreciated it.
Whale was slow.
I appreciated what it was, though, because it was this movie about a guy who's complete. It was just-
Johnny Fat Guy.
Yeah, Johnny Fat Guy.
huge.
At least it was a funny title, The Whale.
Yeah.
His speech when he won was hilarious.
Yes.
We saw that, but I left some breadcrumbs.
Yes.
It's really weird.
Yeah, it was bizarre. Well, because he morphed into Rodney Dangerfield. Like he went from Encino Man to just like these bug eyes and.
That's what'll happen to you when you get diddled in Hollywood, bro.
Yeah, well, yeah, he had
Oh, that's right. Yeah, a Golden Globe, like one of the people that ran the Golden Globes, like stuck his finger in his butt.
Yeah, he,
allegedly.
No, he rubbed his taint at a party.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
How do you do that?
I don't know. Like you'd have to go really high into the pants.
You'd have to.
Yeah.
Now,
Seems like having a
Was this
willing
like a Don
participant
Lemon
would make it really
situation?
easy, but otherwise I can't see it.
Yeah,
Is this a Don Lemon situation where he rubbed his own taint and put his taint finger
he
on
was
somebody else?
No, he was molested.
Like full on.
Yes. Yeah.
For the record, I believe that bartender about Don Lemon.
Oh yeah.
That
So
happened.
do I.
Yeah.
I believe Brendan Fraser got his taint pinched.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it was honestly. Was it not like full like a rape that thing?
I don't know.
I think that it was.
Not in the whale days.
I don't think it was a rape,
No.
but I thought
No, it
he
was like
said
earlier. It was when
and
he was still young.
How do you?
Yeah.
I can't imagine being behind Brendan Fraser at a Golden Globes party, going, "I'm going to get my hand on his ass.
His taint.
I'm going to taint in his butt."
That's
that
how
just
sick
seems
these people
impossible.
are.
That's more abusive than Terry Crews getting cuffed.
He just said it
at
was a
Hollywood
sexual
party.
assault by Philip Burke, the then president of the Hollywood Foreign
Philip.
Press.
Yeah, President of the Hollywood Foreign, but it was that he
And-
grabbed his
yeah.
taint. He went up behind him. He's wearing a nice pair of dress slacks because it's a big event.
So not
All of a
skin to
sudden,
skin. Like just which is still assault. I'm not.
Was he inside the pants or outside the pants?
that's what I don't know.
Yeah. Is this kind
I'm
of
just
a
trying to
boy-
think logistically. How do you?
Yeah, I don't know how you grab
Yeah.
a taint.
Is this kind of a boys will be boys, smack your buddy on the balls when you walk by him kind of thing?
Yeah, like when
Not a
you
place
win a
for it.
game and you grab your friend's
I've
taint.
never grabbed my taint or anybody else.
I've never grabbed a taint either.
You remember when your coach would grab your taint?
No, to taint you.
Oh, you have a great game and you blow the other some guy on the losing team because you feel bad.
Say good game.
Yeah, when you guys all line up and then 69 each other.
Elephant walk off the field.
Yes, elephant walk off the floor.
We've all done it. We all know.
Yeah, we know that. Yeah, I mean,
It's not
sure.
that. Yeah.
But
We've
honestly,
all been part of that.
the butt slap in football,
Baseball,
baseball
and
is
yeah.
so common. Why is a taint slap such a big deal?
Well, we should re-examine that as well. I think
Yeah, I always thought that was a little weird too.
it is.
butt
It's
slap?
odd.
Like when I'm going up to the plate, don't do
Yeah.
it. Just
Yeah.
be like, hey,
And
good game, give me a high five or something.
Anytime you bring it up, like, hey, that's kind of weird. It's always like the older coach is like, no, that's the way we do
Yeah,
it.
that's how the boys do it.
Yeah.
Take your pants off first.
I would always like lean on the fence. Do we have a phone call?
Yeah.
It's
Is that,
Will Hunting.
is that Crispin?
Is that Goodwill?
Crispin trying to call in?
Yeah, the ass slapping just came from like good game.
Yeah.
Could you just
It's
hit the guy in the back?
edge. It's on the edge
that?
of
Could you just hit the guy in the back?
Yeah, you could just hit him on the back.
Yeah.
I think Jerry
Like-
Sandusky invented the ass slap.
yeah.
But if the original ass slap was a taint slap, you wouldn't think twice about it. Like if it was just commonplace and everybody taint slapped.
I think the reason that it's not a taint slap is because if it was a taint slap, it wouldn't go very far.
Well, you're wearing a
People would
cup,
just be
so
like-
there's no way to get to the balls.
It's just logistically a difficult location to get to, you know?
I mean, if you're at a party, I think you're going for the balls and a reach around, and you don't
Much
make
easier.
it, and then you accidentally do a taint grab.
Yeah. Well, that's common sense, but
What did this guy think that Brendan Fraser was going to be so turned on it was going to lead to something?
Yeah, like he was going to
Sounds
turn
like it.
around and be like, "Oh,
That's
that
how
Kid
fucked
Rock
up these
party.
people are, man.
Goodness. Are you the head of the Hollywood Foreign Press?
That's why he won't go to the Golden Globes now.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
I'm
Yeah.
on Brendan's side.
I mean, is it likely that
He got his
someone
globes
else
around.
would do this to him again?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, right.
And also, I don't know how they do it in France.
Yeah.
Maybe
They kiss
after
cheeks.
after a soccer game or whatever, they do a common
Yeah, it's like, good job. Maybe a pinch.
pincharoo.
To Drew's
That's all
point,
I'm
though,
against all of it.
2 unwanted taint slaps in one lifetime is almost impossible. The odds of that,
Especially
happening
after you've
again-
complained about the first one.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody knows how you feel about it. It's not going to happen again. He's safe at the Globes.
Yeah. I should say, okay, it wasn't that I liked The Whale to the point that I was like, what a masterpiece. I liked the idea. I liked the addiction part of it, where it was about this completely broken man who just sat there and shoved food in his face.
Yeah.
And just had absolutely like no will to live. And then just like the breaking down of the fact that it was all dialogue in one room as opposed to all CGI and everything. Like, it was a story.
Yeah.
And he acted it very well. So that's what I liked about it.
Yeah.
And that's not to say that go beating up smat kids isn't Oscar worthy, because clearly it was.
Yeah. I think you're so wrong about Will Hunting. I do. I'm going to stand on this.
Good one, or when he was bad in the beginning?
Good.
I prefer the prequel, Bad Will Hunting,
All bad the whole time.
when he's in junior high.
I'm on record that The Whale sucked. I didn't like that.
Well, I'm on record saying you're wrong.
Well, mine
Good
went
Will.
Don't you remember when they got a macaw at
did
the
mine.
end, Dave?
What's that?
They got a macaw at the end, the Nova.
Yeah, that's right. They got a macabre.
But a harbor?
Nova.
Look, me and the guys don't make that much because we all work construction. We're drunks, but we got together for some
Got a
money.
car.
You're the only one that's smart. And you're gonna make money.
Yeah.
We'll check. Now we can go see about a girl.
Yeah, this is gonna be the rest of my life. You get to go be
Get
a
out of here,
be a
kid.
scientist, make rockets.
Gonna be wicked cool.
William Hunting.
That's a name somebody could have.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Let's let the phone book settle it.
Yeah, I'm sure someone's name
Somebody
is.
find an old ancient phone.
They're
book.
all Irish. Yeah, William O. Hunting.
There's like 15 of those in a row.
All right, we got to get out of here in a second. You can come see me this weekend.
Yeah.
This weekend, Austin, Texas. I will be at Cap City Comedy Club at 8 p.m. both nights, Friday and Saturday. And then the late shows, I will be at the Mothership in Little Boy doing some sets. And then,
Mothership.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I'll be there. And then I'll be there on Sunday in Little Boy, too.
Little boy?
Yeah.
Little Boy.
What is that?
It's a satellite.
There's Fat Man and Little Boy.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
It's Little Boy Hunting.
Will
Where
be
can
there
we-
all weekend.
What about you and Alex?
Alex and I, tomorrow
Alex Stein.
night, me and Alex Stein, we will be at Hyenas in Dallas, right here in Dallas.
That's right. So if you're here, go see the show.
Come on to the show. You guys should both
Yeah, I want to
Sweet.
come. Do you two join us?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Come to the show.
Make it a
sure.
night.
I would love it if you guys came.
We might. It
be
sounds
great.
like we might be stuck here for a week too. I've had 3 drivers say you're not going anywhere flying out later.
Oh,
this
it's
week.
gonna- yeah,
it's
it's
gonna
gonna
snow, and
freeze.
apparently that shuts the whole city down.
Yeah,
What day is
we're
it
done
supposed
when
to snow?
weather happens.
Thursday.
Thursday.
We got to talk about some stuff.
Yeah, it's gonna.
Oh, you guys worried about this?
Sleety.
Real?
They went from it's gonna snow to it's gonna rain a lot. It's gonna be freezing rain.
Yeah, that's
which
way
is
worse.
better.
Yeah, way
They
worse.
don't know how to handle it here.
Oh,
Any amount of weather, like sprinkling outside, just crazy drivers. They don't know anything.
Yeah.
You can find me on Nega Garrett, my new channel, or my Quarter Black channel, where I stream every Sunday, play video games and stuff. Angela?
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel called Angela Does Horror. I'm going to be posting stuff there soon. Again. And yeah, I'm Normal Angela on Instagram.
Mr. Mike Wolters, where can we find you?
TDC podcast, wherever you get your podcast.
All
Probably
right.
the best way, but you cannot see me live anywhere.
And Drew Lane, thank you so much for joining us. I've been wanting you on here for so long. We're going to shoot a sketch later this week.
I'm
Where
psyched.
can we find you?
You can find me at Drew Lane Show on iTunes or any of the Spotify, any of those places, or Drew Lane Show on YouTube. Does this mean we're not going to talk about Horatio Sands?
Oh, yeah. I know we had a Horatio Sands
whole
bit,
thing.
right? It looks like his career is over.
You got to say the name of the the topic.
Yeah. I had named it Fellatio Sands. And I said I guess Jimmy Fallon was involved. We can just do this real quick. Why not?
And Lauren.
And well, yeah, they're saying Tracy Morgan and Jimmy Fallon, which it's got to suck to be getting raped by Horatio Sands while two people keep breaking. They're both just.
What is this story? I'm sorry, I'm not familiar.
A woman is suing the former SNL star Horatio Sands for sexual assault.
Okay.
And
Picture on the screen right now is going to really help his case. I think.
That's him on that stand.
that's bad Horatio Sands.
Bizarro
I
Horatio.
know this is really awful, but when I heard it was, some very cute 17-year-old girl, and Horatio Sands started bringing her to SNL after parties and stuff, and supposedly Fallon and other people knew about it, so they're complicit. And I just right away just said, "Oh, well, that fat guy's guilty. There's no way some 17-year-old would." Right. It just seemed like whatever happened, he was wrong.
Right.
Whatever happened, it was against her will.
Yes. I mean, I've definitely heard the rumor mill about that in comedy for years. So, I mean, there's potential. But it's like you never know.
Does he have something left to lose?
No.
That's nice.
I mean, I don't think he's still getting residuals from Boat Trip. Whatever other. What else has he been in?
Hey, Boat Trip. Cuba, he's also been canceled because of sexual harassment stuff too.
Will Ferrell's in Boat Trip too, I think, isn't he?
I don't know. Maybe.
He's got a brief role. I think that's the only funny part of the movie.
Oh, I'm sure. Isn't that Jerry O'Connell?
Yeah. He's the friend.
Jerry O'Connell's in it? God.
He's the only one that has
that
gotten
up.
hit.
Oh, maybe that was Tomcats. Well, they were all terrible.
I can't think of anything with Horatio Sands after SNL besides that movie.
Yeah.
No, I can't either.
Oh, well, not going to lose much.
Yeah, and there's got to be a reason for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that brings us to the end of the world.
First one of the year. It's beautiful.
Yes, we found this PSA from Danny Masterson against violence. Let's take a quick look.
You know what being a man is all about? It's not about playing tough.
Nope.
It's not about guns. It's not about kicking butt.
That's right,
It's
Danny.
not about pretending to be cool. It's about being a good son. It's about someday being a good father. It's about taking care of the people you care about.
It's about holding
It's
her
about
down.
being respected for who you are and not who you can beat up.
It's about having a weird church.
I don't think he was the right person to hire for that.
No, it seems odd.
That just come out?
Yeah, it just it's brand new.
He's trying to get back.
Shot it in that jail where they keep Diddy and everybody else.
Like put up a green screen, you could shoot this.
He could have got somebody better, I think. Yeah. Really.
It's funny. He's in the movie Face Off, and the one scene that he's in, he's trying to have sex with a girl against her will in a car. It's the most accurate Danny Masterson scene. Well, so that was just a PSA, obviously. Danny Masterson against violence. Yeah. What would be a more ridiculous PSA or equally QB?
I'm pretty sure I've seen this one, but maybe it got blipped out of reality because of the Mandela effect. Bill Cosby asking for permission.
That's right. Angela.
I'm going to say Charlie Sheen for safe sex.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Doug Emhoff for relationship advice.
Doug Emhoff does not sound like a real name.
No.
But it is.
No, it's
like
true.
Will Hunting.
I believe there's a movie called Doug Emhoff Punching.
And I think it makes sense.
True.
All right. Jay-Z for human trafficking awareness.
I'm going to say Chris Benoit for proper parenting.
Oh, no.
Ladies and gentlemen, that has been our show. Thank you so much. Be sure to check out their podcasts. They're two of my favorite people. I do their show all the time. They've been always good to me in my career. Check them out. And please join us again tomorrow. We will be back with Gerard Michaels. Merch. And we also have merchandise. You can get a hat, ball cap, or beanie. Oh. Thanks you for all the letters you wrote. You can get a hat, buy the hat,
or a beanie.
Beanie.
So thank you.
You can wear it like Meg Griffin.
Yeah. Hey.
Bye.